Premier Bank. We're completely dedicated to supporting our clients' growth. And that's no blah, blah, blah. Pacific Premier Bank, where business meets opportunity.
Why is no one following us?
Maybe we're van lifing wrong.
We have no followers. It's the whole reason we came out here.
I thought it was to have an adventure and reconnect on a spiritual and emotional level.
That stuff too, but it's also to get followers.
Well, good to know.
I want to be an influencer, Jean. Brands will pay us to post.
I'm not sure I want to sell out like that.
I might.
Welcome to Seattle, Washington. It's the rivalry series. The Washington State Cougs in Seattle to take on the Washington Huskies.
There are many ways to become champions. But in the Pac-12, we understand most victories are celebrated in silence. A simple pat on the back without the rain of confetti. A high five with a teammate, not screaming fans. In the classroom, at the library, another week of exams. This is the Pac-12, where leadership in academics and athletics launches success in life. It's what makes us the Conference of Champions.
Good evening from Westwood, and welcome to Pac-12 basketball.
Nice little push there at the end.
Jaime Jaquez keeps it alive for UCLA.
Wow.
Wedding day, huh, boys? Been there, done that. Twice.
Your cousin from Boston.
Karen, I'm just gonna say what everyone here is thinking. You look smoking. Total smoke show. And they never did find his finger. They had to close the pool for like an hour. I brought a date named Sam. Dig in. Yeah. Love is like Boston Lager. It's rich, complex, and it's over too soon. Right, Chrissy?
As UCLA set the standard for the Pac-8 to the Pac-10, and now the Pac-12 in basketball through this incredible run of championship basketball, so has Tara Vanderveer and Stanford done that for women's basketball in this conference. She created the program. She has made it the standard. Others in the conference have challenged and at times have won, which is to their credit. But the longevity of Tara Vanderveer honored in this way. On Sunday night in Berkeley, of all places, she'll have a chance to tie Pat Summitt for the most wins ever in Division I women's basketball. And we are thrilled that we will have the game for you on Pac-12 Network. I can't see how long it's been. I can't remember. I think 35 years. But she is a legend in the game of basketball and an extraordinary member of the Conference of Champions.
You're watching Pac-12 Network, where champions play. Available on Xfinity.
Yo, Dad, come play some ball. You're not my dad.
I'm not your dad. Of course I'm your dad's son. If I wasn't your dad, would I be able to do this?
What are you doing?
I'm doing this. Make a swish. Uh-oh. Jake from State Farm.
Here's the deal. There's no replacing the real Chris Paul.
Not my car.
Just like there's no replacing State Farm.
Come on, man. Stop trying to be me.
If you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
2020, it's been a wild one, and Twisted Tea is saluting everyone who gets wild with it. Like this guy. He built a catapult tea launcher to send his buddies some tea. And this guy, who gave his pooch the greatest day of his life. We love to see some good old-fashioned, turned up, raise the roof, dance your pants off, tea-fueled fun. You know, something like a pool on wheels. Awesome. Twisted Tea salutes you. Yes, you. For every stunt and shenanigan you're able to pull off to keep 2020 wild. Keep it safe, keep it together, keep it twisted.
At T-Mobile, we believe you should get more. That's why we merged with Sprint. Now, it's about to get even better. And as we work to integrate Sprint's network, our nationwide 5G keeps getting stronger, with the capacity and coverage to reach more people and places across the country. Who says you can't have it all? Now is the time for 5G. Now is the time to join T-Mobile.
This is big. This year, we're giving away more tuition money than ever. And when you buy Dr. Pepper, we add even more money to the pile. So when you sip this, you send Sarah here to State U where she's studying space stuff. And every bone you spend helps her become an archaeologist. We're finding more ways to send more students more money so they can get more degrees and crush more life goals. Now put that in your glass and drink it. Learn more at drpepper.com.
Well, UCLA didn't shoot it as well in this first half as they did Sunday night. They made up for it on the other end. 5 blocks, Bill.
Give a lot of credit though to the Bruins' poor shooting, to the defense for the Toreros, but the defense for the Bruins. Jaime Jaquez, Jalen Hill, Cody Riley, everybody getting involved. Chris Smith sending it all back. 5 blocks in the first half alone, generating this 10-point lead here. Now, who can play the offense in the second half to get this going? Now, the Bruins did not finish the game on Sunday really strong. What they're going to have to do is don't look at the scoreboard, just know the clock. Every possession, every ball, just pick up that pace. We have more, bigger, better players. Let's see what the Bruins can do here in the second half, Ted.
Block shots for UCLA. And again, you see the shooting numbers, not very good for either team. But the other part was rebounding. Jalen Hill had 8 rebounds in the first half.
Jalen Hill was the most valuable player for the Bruins in the first half. Even though he didn't score a lot, they're not looking to set him up for scoring. But the intangible contributions that he makes out there on every single play, his work ethic is unquestioned. His commitment to the team is spectacular. And right now, this Bruins squad has got to think about playing to a higher level of expectations and performance that is not based on the opponent, but is based on an ideal. And that's what champions do all the time, and that's what UCLA is all about. We have a coach, we have an athletic director, we have Nike and Brand Jordan. Let's go.
And I love that. That's a great way to frame it. And you know, we oftentimes use the phrase and relax into a phrase, you play to the level of the opponent. And you're saying you got to throw that out.
Ignore the opponent.
Exactly. And again, for San Diego, frame all of this by saying this is their first game. And a team that has only had 5 full practices since being shut down around Thanksgiving time.
This is a team that did not finish well last year. They lost 9 of their last 10 games. Injuries are a big part of that. The WCC is a great conference. And we salute Gloria Nevarez and her Bill Russell initiative, which is very much like the McClendon initiative. Minority opportunities. UCLA has always stood for that. California, yes. USD, magnificent. All the legends there. The business legends who support this fine school.
Well, it's a terrific basketball league, and it's what Sam Scholl talked about. He said he's understood now. You're trying to go against Gonzaga and St. Mary's and BYU. You can't have a bunch of freshmen and sophomores out there to do it.
Great defense by Squirrel. Where's that nut?
Open 3 on the wing, and that's what San Diego themselves in their first game. They've just not knocked down the shots tonight.
Squirrel, strong start here in the second half. Beautiful footwork, just poke it right back. Where are the guards to come and get this ball? A second rejection. He gets his own timeout attempt. And yes, he found his nut. Let's go, Squirrel. I've been watching Squirrel his whole career now. Senior. I have not been to Belarus. I have been to Turkey. I have not been to Russia. I've been to Germany. I've been to Kansas and Texas.
Muscle shot in by Jules Bernard didn't work. I'll tell you, you come to my backyard, Bill, the next time we're doing a game at Stanford, I'll introduce you to the black squirrel. You know about that?
The black squirrel?
It's a legitimate thing.
No, I don't know.
It's unique to our little area. Apparently somebody back in the 40s or 50s did something they shouldn't have on a trip to Mexico. And they were where the black squirrel is more common. And they brought a black squirrel or 2 back to California. And of course, mating started, and suddenly we have a little population of them.
You generally have to have 2 for that.
Well, that's what and I'm saying it's the only place you'll ever see black squirrels.
I learned that at UCLA, yes, in biology. On Sorority Row.
So anyway, that's our squirrels interlude for the night.
Well, I like the flying squirrels. Beautiful play.
Bernard.
Jules Bernard.
Thought he had it going the other way.
Nice ball movement, Joey Calcaterra.
And Finn Sullivan buries it, so here's San Diego now within 7.
Calcaterra, excuse me, I got a little excited. Finn Sullivan playing very well. We have not seen much from Marion Humphrey tonight. I was really looking forward to that sophomore from Hoover, Alabama.
Exactly, Bill. He played a pretty significant role for them last year.
Just an incredible athlete and competitor and leader for the team. A sophomore, though. They got a lot of upperclassmen ahead of him. His time is the future. That's what I love about San Diego.
Oh, boy. Those are the shots UCLA made here on Sunday night. Not tonight.
USD
they do get a foul here against USD.
USD, as they're preparing for their 75th anniversary, they've got the Renaissance plan, where they're rebuilding and they're committing all the resources to keeping the school just so beautiful and focus on sustainability. Kai Snyder, the long-term executive, was athletic director for quite a few years, but now he's a little higher as business executive there. Just a spectacular job. New Copley Library, new learning commons. The Founders and Camino Halls are being restored. New business school. Knaus Center, Mr. Knaus and his family gave $20 million for that. Olin Hall is being redone. Wow, what a campus.
Wow, Frankie Hughes, he didn't want to go left there. He had the whole baseline and he didn't want to take it.
He's going up against Chris Smith, who was first team all-conference in the Conference of Champions. He's got length, size, skill, talent, everything, advantage. And Frankie just going out with a fadeaway jumper to the left corner. My goodness.
Is that our West LA fadeaway?
That's where we are. We're fading quickly here. Have to have a shout out to Dr. Paul Murphy, the 21-year team doctor for all sports at USD, and has taken care of our family forever. We live literally 6 minutes from the campus at USD. And spent my life there. Our children went to high school on the grounds right across the street from the main campus of USD.
Tiger Campbell crossing the floor. Jaquez lines it up and buries it. There's the playmaking of Tiger Campbell.
But the quick release, the lack of hesitation, the decision-making, beautiful ball movement. You got to finish that play. Come on, Finn, you're too good.
Smith
over the top.
Sets it up. Jaquez can't totally control it.
Jaime Jaquez is playing at a different level and pace than everybody else right now. Only guy that can match him is Jalen Hill.
And Chris Smith will wipe that out. Offensive foul. And that'll be the third on Smith.
This is a team, the Toreros, 9 new players, 3 freshmen, 5 transfers, 1 redshirt who's now eligible. And right now, the Bruins just toying with him on a yo-yo. Let him go, bring him back. Let him go, bring him back.
I'm a Verizon engineer, part of the team that built 5G right. We started with America's most reliable network, added 5G nationwide for millions of Americans, and the unprecedented performance of ultra-wideband in more and more places where people need massive capacity and ultra-low lag. I'm proud ultra-wideband was named the fastest 5G in the world, but I'm even more proud all that work is going to make a real difference for you. This is the 5G America's been waiting for, only from Verizon.
I want to be the best football player that ever lived.
We're counting down the greatest of the gridiron.
I look at a guy who's done things that nobody in this conference has done.
The coaches, the players, the legends.
The best pure passer I've ever seen.
Download Pac-12 now and watch the latest episode anytime.
You're up at 5 a.m.
And your first stop of the day is the weight room.
Resilience turns your fatigue into determination.
Then you hit the classroom.
The video room.
The trainer's room.
The more practice,
the closer you get to perfection.
You find your balance. Hard work.
Commitment.
Sacrifice.
and at the end of the day,
it's time to start preparing for tomorrow.
I've heard thousands of spectacular love stories in my bridal career. These rings tell the story of what we all dream of, one brilliant love.
Celebrate your extraordinary love. Save 20% on select bridal. Jared, love brilliantly.
All right, let's take a look at Tiger Campbell providing our Tums-worthy moment.
Making us all comfortable here, keeping it flowing. You got to be in rhythm, in sync, and the beautiful footwork to step right into it, the high release, perfect backspin, nothing but net, and that is worthy of Tums. One of the great products, one of the most necessary products in the history of the world.
Well, again, if you're just reading today, you see Tiger Campbell and the coming out, you see the Bruins, the difference in the shooting from an extraordinary night here Sunday. We had a real run. You can't find Tums and similar products right now.
Why not?
It's, I think, pandemic related. It's extreme stress and anxiety. Pandemic is creating around the country. Literally, there's a run on them. It's like,
so they've sold so much of it.
Exactly right. It's like toilet paper. You can't find it in certain parts of the country.
I have not experienced any toilet paper shortage.
Yeah.
No.
I can hear the country exhaling in relief as you said that. Well, thank you.
I had the same relief that Mick Cronin did today in our call. That's an offensive foul.
Yeah, it's going to go back the other way here. So San Diego, despite not having a whole lot of offensive success here, they're in this game. 14, almost 15 to go.
So they missed 14 days because of the pandemic. There was an outbreak on the team. They had 5 days to practice and get it going. They had to cancel all their games, but they're going to make up for that the next week. In the next week alone, they're going to be playing Fullerton, Nevada, Cal Poly, Long Beach State, San Francisco. And then the conference starts with BYU and St. Mary's.
Sam's Shoals haven't had games. Right now they only have 21 games listed on their official schedule.
But that's changing every day.
Yes, exactly.
And their athletic director, we've been raving about Martin Jarman with good reason. Bill McGillis at USD, he took Kai Snyder's place.
Here's Johnny Juzang.
So 2 shots for Johnny and both makes.
He played 14 minutes in the first half, so a lot of questions to Mick Cronin about any sort of a minutes restriction, and his line was, I'm from the old school, if you're healthy enough, you play. So Riley rebounds the long miss, and of course you do that within sets. You're not going to run a guy into the ground in his first game.
And he's got the stress issue in his foot.
Yes.
And we haven't been able to talk to enough people, but the doctors and the trainers, we don't have access to anybody because of COVID. But the real question is, what is the cause of that stress reaction?
Good move there.
Is it structural? Is it dietary? Is it just that the guy is an incredible workhorse? But what a nice release by Johnny Juzang, and the beautiful haircut, man. I love that. I love the blow it out throw. Oh, come on, you got to count that, please.
Someday that'll happen. There'll be another one of the rules.
Standardize the rules,
someday.
Please.
There's the
I'm so
Johnny
jealous.
Juzang, yes.
From Tarzana.
1 year at Kentucky. Coming in off the bench there.
Kentucky, the second winningest program by championships in the history of college basketball. At 8, UCLA with 11, North Carolina with 6, Duke with 5. Whoa, they can't even get the ball in bounds, please. John Olive is spinning in his rocking chair, looking out over the Pacific Ocean. Front court for UCLA, particularly Hawkes and Jalen Hill have been today. And the way Jalen Hill steps out.
Yep.
Beautiful swing by Ben Pyle.
Oh, a nice finish inside.
Best offensive possession of the night.
Josh Parrish, strong move.
And shooting right-handed again, correct?
Parrish from Arlington, Texas, between Dallas and Fort Worth.
One of the things...
And Tiger Campbell's a little runner.
When he's making that runner. It was so fun to interview the players the last 2 games. We had Tiger Campbell. Beautiful. Throw it down there. Whoa, what a block. How many is that by Jaime Hawkins? We had Tiger Campbell Sunday night. Beautiful passing. That is great basketball. Timeout, Sam Scholl. He's seen enough. He's looking for that 600-pound squid underneath the Tacoma Narrows Bridge. All he's seeing is Tiger Campbell having his way.
Gene, my stomach's getting grumpy.
I know, hang on. This place has, quote, a strong croissant game and ample parking.
How many stars?
3.6.
Nope, next. I don't trust anything below 3.8.
Oh, this place has 4.2 stars and was on that food show with the Frosted Tips guy.
Oh, do they have a vegan option?
You're not vegan.
I'm vegan on the days that I don't eat meat.
Oh, there's a chain nearby.
A place with pictures on the menu? What are we, animals?
I can have a crunchy demeanor sometimes.
Yeah, you're a little crunchy, a little abrasive. Maybe that crunchy person just needs to eat something. And then they'll be a little less crunchy.
Yeah. Sonic Fritos Chili Cheese Junior Wrap. Someone woke up on the wrong side of the crunch this morning.
Hey, yo, welcome to the new Chris Paul workout show. If you want to make it to the NBA, you got to have a killer crossover. TNCP crossover. Oh, Jake from State Farm.
Here's the deal. There's no replacing the real Chris Paul, just like there's no replacing State Farm.
Man, what happened? Who are you? I'm the new Chris Paul.
Man. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Anthony Joshua.
He's going to come in
Versus Kubrat Pulev.
Joshua on his ass.
December 12th, live on DAZN. Download the DAZN app now.
Tiger Campbell, who is named in honor of Tiger Woods, he has been teeing it up all night long, all season. And because they're playing him for the pass, he's having to shoot the ball. And he's making them all. The little runners like John Stockton, like Norm Nixon, like Steph Curry. In today's world, the numbers for Tiger, 9 points, terrific percentage, rebounds, assists. Jaime Jaquez, 4 blocks, 4 rebounds. You know, this is going to be a team that's not dominated statistically by any one guy. It's going to be an opportunistic team, and I loved talking to Nick Cronin this morning about the role that he expects from the bench players, because the bench guys, they are not only encouraging, they are taking the place of the student body, of the cheerleaders, of the band. They're creating the atmosphere and culture in here for the players who are actually in the game. Look at Squirrel.
And a block from behind, but Jalen Hill will be called for a foul on that block.
Jalen Hill is just relentless. He's developing the work ethic. He doesn't have the impact and control of the game that Sidney Wicks had, but when we look to our right and we see Sidney's number 35 hanging in the rafters here at Pauley Pavilion, I can just think of all the incredible names that have helped build USD now in its 71st year. The guys like Ron Fowler, Malin Burnham, the new business school, we mentioned that, Don Knaus, Joan Kroc and her Peace and Justice Institute, Doug Manchester, Bill Scripps, Jenny Craig with the basketball arena that's now 20 years old there. What a beautiful on-campus facility. Walter Zabel, Emma Herreus, it's all right there. USD, the Toreros, Olay.
Johnny Juzang gets in there and scores it. So Juzang and 1.
Another thing that Nick Cronin was talking about this morning was him encouraging his players. He's the coach, he's the leader, he's the teacher. Learn to embrace the uncomfortable, learn to be curious and do what you can't do right now.
When you're building a business, it's easy to find a bank who says all the right things. They'll say they have the products and services you need, and blah, blah, blah. They go on and on saying they'll blah, blah this and blah, blah that. But when it comes time to actually expanding your business, well, that's when you need Pacific Premier Bank. We're completely dedicated to supporting our clients' growth. And that's no blah, blah, blah. Pacific Premier Bank, where business meets opportunity.
You're watching Pac-12 Network.
Pac-12 Network studios. It is Pac-12 After Dark. We've got a new show, a new set.
You seem to be having a blast.
We've got an hour of jam-packed fun coming your way.
Go on, humans. Put yourselves through all that pain. While surrounding those foot knives, watch your blue light lanterns and blast those eardrum bangers. Look at this one. He's trying to pick up the mail. Ha! Silly humans. Who do you think you are? Pain will bring you to your senses. You cannot keep this up. Pain says you can't. Advil says you can.
Eugene Omoruyi, the Pac-12 Player of the Week. He's a really good player.
Eugene in Eugene.
Yeah.
Now that's synchro destiny. Pac-12 Network, they're coming up next. Florida A&M, that's a terrific program, and what a story. I've done a number of their games. So inspirational, so historical.
Florida A&M.
Yes, oh,
You have.
Absolutely.
No kidding. You've got me on that one. Eugene, by the way, is another, Dana Altman has done such a great job with that. And Eugene is a transfer who had last year practicing with Oregon. He sat last year out after coming in from Rutgers.
So he's a completely well-rounded ball player. He can score in every manner. Well, that's a really tough pass there. Nobody wants to shoot for the Toreros, please. Is this Chris Herron Jr.?
That is Chris Herron giving it up. Pyle with a corner shot. Wasalski pulls it down. See if he can, trying a little drop step there, and instead goes in the lane and scores it.
So the Chris Herron story, please check that out, man. He's got a book, he's got a movie. The book is called...
Talking about Dad here.
The Dad,
yes.
Yeah, not this one. This is the son. So Chris Herron, the one that I know, and what a story. You know, you talk about life up and down.
It is.
And the job that Chris Mullen did, stepping in to help save Chris Herron's life. And then the book that Chris wrote, Basketball Junkie, the movie that ESPN made, Unguarded, which was also the title of Lenny Wilkins' brilliant book from decades ago.
Johnny Juzang in the lane. Wow, this is nice.
So how are they going to keep Johnny Juzang on the bench if he keeps playing like this?
Amen. Smooth.
Well, the ability to move to your offhand and still development, that's a lifetime of being in the gym at the highest levels, where that ball is just so natural. You just see him step right up there. He doesn't appear to lack for confidence. Glad to see that he's overcome his fear of shooting.
Yes. Well, he also followed the Kentucky tradition, who's one and done.
Yeah, but he came to UCLA.
Exactly. Just a different measure of it.
Now, did he sit out or did he get a waiver right away?
That's a good question. We'll check.
We're going to have to get Mark Emmert on the phone to explain the waivers here, because there's been just so many guys changing teams, just like the NBA.
I'll tell you what we need to have addressed, and it was a nice piece about it in the Los Angeles Times today, I believe, and it affects UCLA. The UCLA women played here earlier today. They had a game in here against UCSB. The women won, but two players of the UCLA women's team are not with them right now because they're not allowed in the country.
Oh, I saw that story.
And a lawsuit, a class action lawsuit has been filed.
Good.
A total of 16 international athletes, both UCLA and Loyola Marymount, have had a class action lawsuit filed against the government, not against the schools. It's the government that has not let them into the country. And it's just, again, defying. It just boggles your mind in this era that could happen.
And the limited amount that I know about the case, it seems to be turning on the fact that because there's online classes, that they don't allow them into the country.
Being used,
Ridiculous. We need new leadership now. Okay, let's see it. If Josh, if he's right-handed, I think
either that or somebody else is wearing his jersey tonight.
He's going to the free throw line right now, so we'll really know then.
Exactly. Let's see. This is going to be this is the litmus test right here.
So we played against a guy in college. We played for Oregon. And we played against them for 3 years.
Now he's left-handed. Look, he is left-handed.
My goodness gracious. I take it back, Sancho. You were right all along. But this is the best I've ever seen this young man play. Josh Parrish from Arlington, Texas, and Rice. But all these guys from Rice, they must have had a really good team. Or why are they all leaving?
I think because Ben Braun's no longer there, our friend. Ben came back to Oakland.
Beautiful runner by Tiger. Push the ball.
Oh, wow. Squirrel's outlet went right to Jaquez.
So Lori and I, during our afternoon walk today, we saw 2 squirrels going at it, man, fighting over the same nut on the end of the branch. Beautiful drive. There's Marion
Humphrey. Yeah, and I think he's looking around thinking, wasn't a foul, huh?
So this is one of my favorites, Marion Humphrey, from Alabama, Hoover, Alabama. Track and field athlete of the year in the state of Alabama as a high schooler. His dad, Bobby, was an All-America football player, running back for Alabama, then went on to star in the NFL. His brother, Marlon, a defensive back in the NFL for the Baltimore, I believe the Baltimore, the Ravens, right?
Yes.
That's Edgar Allan Poe there, right?
Yes.
Mom, Barbara.
Nevermore.
UAB, that's Birmingham. She's a track star, 400-meter record holder. Is that Joey Calcaterra?
Joey Calcaterra. 11 points a game last year for USD.
What a game here. Great ball movement, fierce competition underneath the boards, block shots. Very little fast break opportunities tonight.
Exactly
It has not been up and down.
Felt like UCLA was getting it in the first maybe 8-10 minutes of the game. Not so much since. Jules Bernard works inside.
Jules Bernard is one of those endless number of guys that Mick Cronin has at his disposal.
The first points of the night for Bernard.
Doesn't seem to have really impacted the Bruins' ability to be in control with this 19-point lead. My computer, like mine.
They've had 9 different men score. And it's spread out. Johnny Juzang right now is the leading scorer for the Bruins with 10 points.
Johnny Juzang is the leading scorer in how many minutes?
In 19 minutes. 10 points.
That will put pressure on everybody else to play better, to play faster, and to be more assertive in terms of taking care of the limited opportunities they're going to get. Cody Riley, whoa, wild shot. This has not been Cody's best game. And he was superb against Cal.
That was not a great offensive set for the Bruins. It saw them stationary. Tiger Campbell was looking for somebody to get the ball to.
We just hope that Cody's all right physically, because normally he's just the fastest, hardest running guy up and down the court. Does not seem to be moving fluidly. Mick Cronin, who, like me, he doesn't like the leaf blowers either, but he's going to have something to say about what comes out of this time.
Wendy's Baconator is the ultimate bacon cheeseburger that's got all other cheeseburgers feeling like... And now we're bringing that same big bacon energy to shake up and wake up your breakfast with the Breakfast Baconator. Built for the morning with sausage, egg, cheese, and 6 strips of crispy oven-baked bacon. The Baconator and Breakfast Baconator bring that bacon hype all day long like nobody else can. So get to Wendy's and always be baconating. We got you.
2020's been a wild one, and Twisted Tea is saluting everyone who gets wild with it. Like this guy. He built a catapult tea launcher to send his buddy some tea. And this guy, who gave his pooch the greatest day of his life. We love to see some good old-fashioned turned up, raise the roof, dance your pants off, tea-fueled fun. You know, something like a pool on wheels. Awesome. Twisted Tea salutes you. Yes, you. For every stunt and shenanigan you're able to pull off to keep 2020 wild. Keep it safe, keep it together, keep it twisted.
Yo, Dad, come play some ball. You're not my dad.
I'm not your dad, because I'm your dad's son. If I wasn't your dad, would I be able to do this?
What are you doing?
I'm doing this. Make a swish. Uh-oh. Jake from State Farm.
Here's the deal. There's no replacing the real Chris Paul.
Not my car.
Just like there's no replacing State Farm.
Come on, man. Stop trying to be me.
You want the real deal? Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Pac-12 men's basketball is presented by Pacific Premier Bank, the official bank of the Pac-12.
So, Ted, that big building with the white beam across it, that used to be where Monty's Steakhouse was when we were in college. But balanced attack here. Well-fed Bruins tonight, just passing it all around and spreading the love. Johnny Juzang in limited minutes. His first play as a Bruin. He's already the leading scorer. Jaime Jaquez has done everything. Tiger Campbell has just been a floor general and master. Chris Smith. Mick Cronin cannot believe just the unlimited potential he has. And then Cody Riley with 7 points. How come Jalen Hill's not on that list, man? Jalen Hill has been fighting as hard as any of them out there.
I'll tell you what's interesting. Chris Smith's out right now with 4 fouls. So he's going to sit again. And Chris Smith, I mean, that number up there that kind of goes unnoticed, he's only taken 4 shots tonight. And that's amazing for a guy.
Chris Smith has taken 4.
He's only taken 4 shots.
Okay. Hey, let's clean up the leaf blower thing a little bit here. Because leaf blowers are like maybe the worst invention ever. And we talked about Nike and how Nike.
I would eliminate maybe from that sentence. Yeah.
So Nike and Brand Jordan were now part of UCLA here. The current CEO and president is John Donahoe. And his wife, Eileen, is the executive director at Stanford of the Global Digital Policy Incubator. So maybe we can get Eileen, representing the Conference of Champions, to do something to eliminate leaf blowers, or at least the noise from them. I don't understand why you want to just blow your trash to become somebody else's trash and just make all these incredibly bad sounds while it's happening. They're calling a foul in there, please, on Vlade.
It's environmentally unsound in every way. And I'll tell you else, you know who doesn't like the leaf blowers?
Who's that?
The black squirrels.
No.
They don't like them. Anyway.
Our dogs just sleep right through them. That foul on Vladimir Pinchuk.
Hyman back in for UCLA out of this timeout. Jalen Hill has 10 rebounds tonight. Cody Riley 9. It's UCLA just pretty much dominant in every category, just not having the kind of shooting night they would like. Pick there, stripped by Campbell. He'll get the feed back from Jaquez, but play stopped by a foul. That's another foul I don't like.
In transition.
I mean, I'm saying that's the break. That, you know, it's almost like a breakaway. That you intentionally foul to stop the breakaway. I'm not a big fan of it.
Are they going to play hockey this year or not? Is that still up in the air?
That's the latest report is they're going to try to go mid-January, but they're going to have an issue that we're just talking about with the women's athletes here at UCLA is the border. And they're probably just going to have to play Canadian teams only against each other.
But the Players Association and the league have not come together on what the rules are.
They're close.
They're getting closer.
They're close. But that's one of the things that's going to happen is the border's not open. So basically the Canadian teams will have to play just each other.
Or they can relocate like the...
Now there's, I believe it's 7 teams in the NHL. That's a little bit too much. Plus, it's their sport.
But if Canada and the U.S. cannot get together, we have really crossed the wrong line here. Beautiful score. Tiger Campbell. What a difference when he plays at this level.
So we were raving about his assist Sunday night. Right now with that shot, he's the leading scorer with 12 points.
Yeah, if you make one basket with the balance on this team, you become the leading scorer. But another comment that was brilliant by Mick Cronin today.
Calcaterra knocks it down.
Joey, yeah. So he was talking about his discussions and relationship. This is Mick Cronin about Tiger Campbell. And he had that great lecture about the difference between complacency and hunger. And, you know, don't be satisfied. Always keep coming for more. But do it in the team concept and realize the sacrifice necessary. Jalen Hill, traveling violation. I just love his effort. I love the sweat pouring off Jalen Hill.
I like Mick Cronin's line today. You brushed on it a minute ago, Bill. He had a great phrase. He said, you know, what he's talking to his team about is embracing the uncomfortable things that go into winning. And he was looking at us as he said that. So I started thinking, here he goes. He's living it right now. Calcaterra, leading scorer for USD. That's 14 now for Joey.
In our world, Ted, you've been doing this a long time. I love living on the edge. I love the life of uncertainty. I love the pressure. Oh, how long is Cody Riley in the lane and you're not going to give him the ball? Stagnant Bruin offense here.
Love the pressure. Of course you do. Nice shot there by Hawkes. You've probably been around Billie Jean King a lot, right?
Yes, I have.
Because, I mean, that's one of the greatest lines in the history of life, Billie Jean King. Pressure is a privilege.
She is one of the greatest human beings in history. One of the great events I went to not too long ago, this was well before COVID set in, but Larry Scott was being honored with an achievement award for the Anti-Defamation League in New York City. And so we went back there. And it was a fantastic evening, and Billie Jean King got an award, and Larry got an award, and it was just a spectacular evening.
Yeah. Billie Jean
was Long Beach Poly High School.
She was very visible not that long ago because she is a minority owner of the Dodgers.
I did not know that.
She was there when they won the World Series. I guess it was in Arlington, right? Billie Jean was there.
Really?
Yep.
And Peter Guber's involved with that too, right?
Yes.
I think Peter's involved in everything. and well, he should be.
Yeah. And under 5 to go here at Pauley, it's USD just hasn't been able to string things together to put a run on the one quick moment early in this half where they closed it to 7.
Ted has been a grinder of a game.
Yes, it has.
And give the Toreros credit for coming and playing with spirit and passion and fire. And even though they've been outmatched, a rare miss for Tiger Campbell, but how many times is Squirrel going to throw it to the other team on the outlet pass? Please. Beautiful penetration and dish. Hesitation by Jules Bernard.
Back to Hawkes.
Another hesitation.
Calcaterra did a nice job of closing out. He stopped the corner 3.
Mick Cronin is fantastic. His spirit, his passion, his enthusiasm, his commitment, his discipline, it's all right there. And the
finally, late clock and Hawkes buries it.
The records prove it, man. This guy has done so much. One of 6 head coaches in college basketball to have led his team to the past 9 NCAA tournaments that were held. The other ones, Mark Few, Tom Izzo, Coach K at Duke, Bill Self, and Roy Williams. And they're all in the Hall of Fame, and Mick Cronin's on his way the Bruins are playing. Jaime Hawkins. Yeah, Camarillo letting it fly from deep. No hesitation there, and the Bruins in control. What can the Toreros do about it? Sharpen the...
Brought to you by T-Mobile. Stay connected with America's largest 5G network.
This holiday at T-Mobile, it's not about how far apart we are. It's about how close we can be. So we're bringing out our best deal on the new iPhone 12 with 5G on every plan. Right now, get the iPhone 12 on us on every single plan. Switch now and save 20% on your bill versus the other guys. That's the best value in wireless. That's right, the iPhone 12 on us on America's largest 5G network. And save 20% per month. It's time to holiday on. It's time for T-Mobile.
Why is no one following us?
Maybe we're van lifing wrong.
We have no followers. It's the whole reason we came out here.
I thought it was to have an adventure and reconnect on a spiritual and emotional level.
That stuff too, but it's also to get followers.
Well, good to know.
I want to be an influencer, Gene. Brands will pay us to post.
I'm not sure I want to sell out like that.
I might.
On a high-stakes Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Take us through what happened.
Well, I just sat down with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper.
Objection. Irrelevant.
Overruled. Dr. Pepper's always relevant.
Did you say, and I quote, he's automatic. No way he misses.
He was automatic.
Never say that.
Defendant, this court finds you guilty of jinxing and sentences you to 10 Saturdays without Dr. Pepper.
Can't I just go to prison?
Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville.
started the game blocking shots. He has 4 of those, but now Jaquez has 17 points.
Doing it all, sending it back defensively. 1, 2, how many blocks? He had 4 at halftime, throwing it down on back cuts, continually moving, relentless work ethic here, fabulous physical conditioning, no hesitation. This is a guy who just came in as a big-time high school player, but as a freshman became a starter, and he's never come out. Jaime Hawkins, our player of the game. Who's that sponsored by, Michael? No sponsor for the player of the game. We'll give him a smoothie. We'll give him a chocolate peanut butter love from Jamba Juice. One thing we forgot to mention about USD is that so many people from our world of basketball, their children go there. And one of my favorites, a guy who's intimately involved with this game, beautiful.
Nice play. Calcaterra scores it.
Out of the timeout.
Nice play.
But Chris Mullen. Yeah. Chris Mullen, who was incredibly important in saving Chris Herron Sr.'s life. His daughter, Kira, she goes to USD as well. And it's just so wonderful to see these young people come and create their dreams through these magnificent universities.
Now USD, there's going to be a block on Cody Radley. We didn't get a chance to talk about the basketball heritage there. Some excellent coaches.
Rego, Hank Egan, Mike Brown.
Hank Egan, a name that a lot of people don't know. Another name is USD was a Division II program into the 70s. And the guy that took them as the coach into D1 was Jim Bravelli. Great man from San Francisco.
Bravelli. They also had Brad Holland, Bernie Bickerstaff.
And Billy Greer, who's now on Tad Boyle's bench in Colorado.
Billy's still up there. I have not been in touch with Colorado. I've got them coming up on the schedule. And then Jim Harbaugh, the football coach, he's coaching Michigan right now, right? They were in the news this week, Michigan.
Yes, unfortunately.
Then David Shaw used to be a coach there at USD.
He was with Harbaugh, right?
Yep. But one guy we haven't mentioned for USD, John Cunningham. Every school has a guy like John Cunningham. Wants no attention, wants no credit, wants no recognition, just wants to help young people build their lives, network, and create dreams. And John Cunningham, he is the Ducky Drake of USD. Ducky Drake came to UCLA in 1925 as a student. He was here on campus for 63 years before dying in 1988. He held every position. He was Rayford Johnson and C.K. Yang's coach. They've named the track stadium after him. They've named stadiums at USD for John Cunningham. John Cunningham has done everything from coach to teach, to be the counselor, to be the psychologist, to drive the bus. And it's just a fantastic life. He's recently taken a step back here. Thank you, John. Thank you, Ducky, for all the lives you've impacted.
The line there is that lefty, Josh Parrish.
Here's a press here by the Toreros.
Foul. And you mentioned...
So wait a minute, they're fouling with 2 minutes, 54 seconds to go.
I'm not sure
down by 18.
I don't know that was intentional. But you mentioned Rayford Johnson, Bill, and of course his passing. You had a wonderful commentary about Rayford when we were here Sunday night. And there was an article that I need to give a shout. It was in the Los Angeles Times, either Sunday or Monday. Bill Dwyer, long-time
sports editor,
was the editor, long-time writer, but wrote a magnificent piece. He had gotten to know Rayford Johnson. But he brought up a point that I had not heard before, Presidential Medal of Honor. That Rayford, so many people around Rayford Johnson have been honored with that, and he never was. And Bill Dwyer's point was, do it now.
That's not going to happen until January 20th at the earliest.
Yeah. Yes.
But January 20th can't come soon enough.
But a hat tip to Bill Dwyer. Well, of course, as a proud Notre Dame man, but Bill did a great job in writing that piece. Really good.
Well, Bill Dwyer is terrific. Very close friend of everyone here in Southern California. Has given his life to tell the stories. And how many incredible writers have come through the LA Times.
Smith goes in, and Chris Smith scores it. So, again, it hasn't been as active a night for Smith because of fouls.
But they're winning.
But UCLA has done, yes, and that team.
As Coach Mick Cronin said, Chris Smith has so much.
And there's Jalen Clark getting some run here in the last couple of minutes.
Jalen Clark, a real star for the future here. A freshman, 6'5", out of Riverside. So many players coming out of Riverside, starting with Reggie Miller. Now, Kawhi Leonard. There's a left-hander. There's our guy. Oh, my gosh.
He's just trying to fool everybody in the first half, I'm convinced.
Well, Paul Westphal. You can't,
yeah, exactly.
Double team there on the Squirrel.
And a pass intercepted. So Squirrel's not had a good ball movement tonight.
So Squirrel, he's got to learn to step through that double team defense and lead with that elbow, lead with that shoulder to create the space. As Mick Cronin's coming deep with the, oh, there's Cody Riley's best play of the night.
And we got to say, just to level the thing here, Masowski at San Diego has not had a great ball movement tonight. He does have 14 rebounds, so give him a big head tip for that.
Now, how many block shots for Squirrel tonight?
He has blocked 2 shots.
How many stored nuts?
That's a personal problem.
So one of the staggering turn of events for me, I've been doing these UCLA games for quite a few years. This is the first time in memory that there has not been a Wolf on the team. First it was Alec, and then it was Isaac.
Yes.
And their dad, their whole family, just incredible entrepreneurs in the sports business world. Mitchell and Ness these days, but just everything over. That's an offensive foul. Just throwing Jalen Clark to the ground.
Humphrey shot wide.
Josh Paris has come to play today. He has no fear. These are the kind of guys that are glad that Maurice Lucas no longer plays basketball.
That's well said.
But Maurice is no longer with us.
That's sad.
It's been 10 years now. Whoa, wild runner over the top.
You see what happened right there, Bill, too, in that sequence. Singleton brought the ball up, and it is something that UCLA fans will watch carefully as December progresses, because Mick Cronin's been open saying, Tiger Campbell's the key to our team, and we have to keep him fresh because he really is their point guard. And if he's not there, it's going to be Singleton.
And as the other teams start preparing. Now,
right.
When we look around the country right now, with Duke and Kentucky struggling, Kansas playing okay, they won, luckily. Was that yesterday or today? I've lost track of time.
Yeah.
But the Big Ten, I mean, they're playing. Iowa, they trounced North Carolina at home. And then Illinois went down to Duke after getting their hat handed to them. I give credit to this guy, Brad Underwood, is it?
Yes, Brad
at
Underwood.
Illinois, because they got their hats handed to them by Baylor, which is a really good team program. And then, but they regrouped immediately. And that guy Ayo and the guy Kofi.
And we saw them last year. They played at McHale Center last year.
I didn't have that game.
Yeah,
I wish I had.
Yeah, and you could see it was coming. Arizona was supposed to go back to play there this year. Of course, that got put off by COVID.
Right. Arizona's going to have
the game, by the way. Make sure you get a little mention. He's in there getting some runs. So is.
But without the Wolf brothers here, I'm going to have to get my Wolf brothers fixed by going out on tour. As soon as Bob and Waz and Jay get the band back together.
Logan Cremonesi also in. We can't have live music back fast enough.
Live events. First to go, last to come back. Yeah. We're just lucky that we're able to have these.
Amen. All right, so UCLA winds up with a 27-point win. And Cronin and the Bruins go to 4-1.
And the Toreros never got to put the last sword in. And the Bruins live another day. And when will they be able to uncover the statues? And how will the football team do on Saturday? All the unanswered questions of life.
And for San Diego, you have another aspect of they're just happy to finally get to play a game.
And they're going to play Fullerton next. Right. And they look good. They look tough. Little rusty, not as cohesive as they will be. Chris Carlson, the associate athletic director there, making sure everything is fine. Martin Jarmon was here earlier. Hopefully he's back and making sure that that Nike brand Jordan deal closes.
All right.
Oh, Jaime
Jaquez, that famed shot blocker, Jaime Jaquez. Jaime, thank you.
Yeah, how you doing?
Jaime, how are you tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Well, we just saw a magnificent performance. We didn't know you were such a shot blocker. Where did you learn how to do that?
I just try to get in the lanes, try to do what I can to stop them from getting the ball in the basket. So, going up, they were going up with me, so I just put my hands up, try to block it, and, that's what happened tonight. So,
Jaime, where did the physical nature of your game come from? You love to get in there and mix it up. Who did you learn that from as a young child coming up?
I give that credit to my parents, both my mom and my dad. They didn't, I never knew how to not play hard, so that's something that I never knew how to do. So going into every single game, I try to give it my 100%.
Yeah, but these guys you're playing against are bigger and stronger and older, and with big, broad shoulders, and you're just going in their face all the time.
Yeah. I just try to go in there, not be afraid of anything, do what I can to help the team win. And, that's what I try to do every night.
How did you learn how to shoot the ball so beautifully?
I've been working on my shot this past summer and try to get it perfected, do what I can to be a better shooter than I was last year. So we can help the team get wins.
How tall are you?
I'm about 6'7".
How old are you?
I'm 19 years old.
How much do you weigh?
I weigh 225 pounds.
Who's your favorite teammate on the squad?
Oh, man, there's a lot of them. I got a lot of favorite teammates. I love all the guys on the team. I can't really pick a favorite, Too many great ones.
You're fantastic. They're telling me to shut up, so you just go and have a great night and celebrate.
I will. You guys, too. You guys have a good one. Thank you guys for having me.
We'll see you Friday night.
All right, sounds good.
Here we go.
Yes.
Jaime Jaquez.
I love the fact he gave his parents credit because his dad was his coach, and you could see right away when he stepped in here, he knew how to play basketball.
Well, a big-time competitor.
Yeah.
Looked like he can do anything in any venue and in any endeavor, any sport. What a game tonight, and balanced scoring. This is Mick Cronin basketball. They just did everything right on the defensive end. They kept USD off balance all night long, and then with the good ball movement and the exquisite shooting, I'm going to say that's 5 players in double figures.
Well, Bill, you have a deep team, and then you throw Johnny Juzang in, who makes his debut for the Bruins tonight.
And they just get better.
A lot of good signs for UCLA.
But the standard of excellence, Lakers are champions, USC is on the rise, Bruins have to match all of them.
All right, we thank our team, Michael Molinari and Scott Barkey, once again piloting the ship. Thanks to everybody both at home and here at Pauley Pavilion. Hey, our week with Bill is not done yet. We're back Friday night.
Who's coming up after us tonight?
And we're going up to Eugene for the Ducks, right on the other side.
Ducks in Texas A&M?
Florida A&M.
Florida A&M, one of the A&Ms.
The Pac-12 has begun conference play for men's basketball earlier than ever. The Oregon Ducks have their first Pac-12 action this weekend. But first, they have one more pre-conference game tonight at Matthew Knight Arena. The Oregon Ducks are 2-1 after their home opening win over Eastern Washington on Monday. Tonight they face a team out of the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, the Florida A&M Rattlers. It's Pac-12 basketball presented by Pacific Premier Bank. And hi everybody, along with Lamar Hurd, I'm Rich Burke. The Ducks aren't at full strength. They're without starting point guard Will Richardson. Injured his thumb. He'll be out a few more weeks, but there's plenty of talent left.
When has not having a player or having to mix a bunch of newcomers been a problem for Dana Altman and his staff? They figure that out as well as anybody in the country, and Rich, I don't expect it to be any different this season.
Yep, and how about the play of Eugene Omoruyi, the Rutgers transfer? He has been outstanding.
Well, he's the kind of player that allows you to have flexibility in what you do regarding how you play, the lineups you put out there. Rich, he had 31 points and 11 rebounds in his first game as a Duck. That's the most for any Duck in Oregon Duck history. His name is Eugene, so it's only right he is thriving under this system. He's a monster on both ends of the floor, on the glass, offensive rebound, defensive rebound, does it all. So does Chris Duarte, but he does it a little differently. He provides that leadership, that stability from the guard position. You know he can score the basketball. You know he can shoot it. And then if you take something away, or if he just wants to get somebody to rock, he can share the basketball. He's surrounded by shooters, and he will defend. Go get that on a fast break. The Ducks are trying to put it all together.
Yeah, he's back from the finger injury that cost him the final few games of last season. Now, Florida A&M is playing their first game in 10 days. COVID issues, not within the basketball team, but within the athletic department. So it's going to be a rough go for them coming in here. They have got to get things together pretty quickly. They have a talented backcourt, don't they?
Yes, they certainly do. The backcourt is what leads them. R&R. Randolph and Reeves. MJ Randolph, he's not known as a shooter, but he's known as pretty much everything else if you let his coach tell you about him. He's their leader. He gets to the basket. He defends at a very high level. He gives them that same kind of stability that Duarte gives the Ducks. And then you got Cameron Reeves, who is more of that shooter. So these two, their games contrast, complement one another perfect. They have to have a big night, Rich. I think they have to shoot the ball well from the outside or make enough one-on-one plays, because I think they're a little overmatched by the Ducks, but they have some talent that if they can get explosive, it could be a special night for them.
Yeah, and it's a veteran team, and they won at Iowa last year. It was a big win for them. We've got the Ducks, Florida A&M. Ducks seeking their 24th consecutive win at home. The tip-off is next.
Go on, humans. Put yourselves through all that pain. While surrounding those foot knives, watch your blue light lanterns and blast those eardrum bangers. Look at this one. He's trying to pick up the mail. Ha! Silly humans. Who do you think you are? Pain will bring you to your senses. You cannot keep this up. Pain says you can't. Advil says you can.
With Redbox, you don't just get new movies fresh from the theater for under $2 a night. You can also use the money you save to hire your own hype man.
We should have our highest sales quarter on record.
Highest sales ever! Ow! That's 24 karat Derek, y'all!
Redbox. Spend less on movies and more on life.
Derek getting those good BMs thanks to that Bobby!
Dude, seriously. Wedding day, huh, boys? Been there, done that. Twice.
Your cousin from Boston.
Karen, I'm just gonna say what everyone here is thinking. You look smoking. Total smoke show. And they never did find his finger. They had to close the pool for like an hour. I brought a date named Sam. Dig in. Yeah. Love is like Boston Lager. It's rich, complex, and it's over too soon. Right, Chrissy?
What is it? Bangin'.
This is what I call a bangin' burger.
The chilies with the onions and the queso. Boom.
Queso knows where it's supposed to be, where it belongs. Sonic Queso Burger.
Anthony Joshua.
He's going to come in
versus Kubrat Pulev. December 12th, live on DAZN. Download the DAZN app now.
Here in Eugene, Oregon, final game of our triple header here on Pac-12 Network. The Oregon Ducks hosting Florida A&M out of the MEAC. Starting lineup for Florida A&M includes 4 guys who have been with the program 3 years. Reeves, Randolph, Moraine, and Jones. That's a veteran team. Meanwhile, the Ducks, they've got 3 guys who are transfers playing their first year, and they have played well. Williams, Omarui, and Hardy. Remember, without Will Richardson, out with a thumb injury. Dana Altman's the head coach of the Ducks in his 11th year. 32nd year overall at D1. One of just 5 active head coaches with 23 straight winning seasons. Number 1 on the all-time Ducks wins list. 261 overall. And his former assistant director of operations, Robert McCullum, is the head coach at Florida A&M. Yeah, he was here 3 years. This is his 4th year with the Rattlers. Last year, told you they beat Iowa State in Ames, and they were 10-6 in the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. All right, Hardy going to work, and on the weave to Duarte and then Williams. Now here's Omarui, who has been the man for the Ducks so far. Got a moving screen set by Dante, and he draws his first foul.
Well, Florida A&M coming out extremely aggressive, and that's what their coach said that they would do in the man-to-man. They'll mix things up defensively. It takes after Dana Altman with his time here. They'll throw some 3-quarter court pressing, trapping at you, but they have the energy you need to start this game.
Here's MJ Randolph against Williams. Jones. How about that?
Good action.
DJ Jones mid-range.
Yeah, Rich, good action. Working the ball side to side. A screen frees up the shooter. And this will only give them more energy on the defensive end. You see that ball go through the net. Now here's going to be the problem on the glass.
Jones comes down with it after Williams couldn't get the putback to go. Bryce Moraine puts it up and in, picking it up off the garbage.
You see this a lot of times with the scrappy teams that are undersized. They can be first at that basketball a lot. They know they're not going to be able to out-jump Oregon necessarily, and maybe not even out-body them up with the strength, but they can be first to the ball.
Getting it inside to Dante, that could be an issue as well, his size and strength.
Yeah, that's Oregon's advantage. That physical advantage, and Dante gets it, takes that power dribble, gets to the basket. But right now, Dana Altman's not going to like this, because early on, it's only a minute and a half in, but Florida A&M scoring with relative ease.
That was MJ Randolph. Both teams pressing here in the early going. Amari Hardy the offensive foul for the UNLV transfer. Hardy starting at point guard with Will Richardson out with a thumb injury that he suffered on the eve of the season.
The 2 offensive fouls now drawn by the guards for Florida A&M because they're tight. They're glued to the offensive man. Whether they are chasing off a screen or they're the primary defender on the ball.
Jalen Terry, the true freshman from Flint, Michigan, and Beecher High School in the game for Oregon. Cameron Reeves. Reeves against Chandler Lawson. Drives past him. It got poked away by Omarui. Out of bounds to the Ducks. And Florida A&M turns it over for the first time.
Good help defense. More of that 3-quarter court defense. 1-2-2.
Chris Duarte. Williams puts it up over Reeves. Weak side rebound, DJ Jones. Williams takes it away. Second turnover on Florida A&M. Duarte's 3. Didn't have numbers underneath. He fired it up anyway. Spear has his pocket picked by Duarte. Duarte on the run out and the finger roll.
Heady play from Duarte. Now you got to get right back.
Even on a make, you got to get back.
Yep.
Altman says, hey, all 5 guys got to go. Moraine misses. Here come the Ducks. Trailing it by 2 to Florida A&M. Ducks won by 8 here against this team 2 years ago. Lawson for 3, cans it, and the Ducks have their first lead.
Well, how about the setup from Terry? Getting deep into the paint, drawing 2, turning his body to kick it back out for the 3.
And how about Chandler Lawson? Last year made 1 3 in 31 games, 0 for 2 this year. That's his second three-pointer as a Duck.
He's a new man.
Spear tried to drive past Duarte, but he left the ball behind. 8 to shoot. MJ Randolph going to work. Defended by Terry.
Nice
hooks
pass.
it underneath the Jones, who puts it up and in.
Well, Rich, that's how Randolph wants the Ducks to guard him. He wants him to press up a little bit. He likes to drive. He hasn't even taken a three-point shot this season, so he's able to beat his man one-on-one, draw, and then give the assist.
The Ducks turned it over and were lucky to get it back after a hasty pass by Florida A&M. And a foul called against the Rattlers. That's against Jalen Spear, first team foul here in the first half. Notice Florida A&M, they are using that 1-2-2 backcourt press. And they will play a lot of man in conference. They're going man right now in the half court. Robert McCullum said, hey, the conventional wisdom is against a bigger, more talented team, you play zone, but we're playing for conference play. Duarte hits the mid-range. They're playing for 4 days in March when they play in the MEAC tournament. They got to get their man principles down.
Correct, and that means you might have to sacrifice some stuff in this game. You might know, like, oh, well, we can pose a bigger defensive threat if we play zone, but instead we're getting the man-to-man ready, and they're willing to give up certain shots if it means they will be better a few months from now.
Terry's 3 doesn't go. Here's Randolph driving against Duarte. A couple of do-everything guys. Bryce Moraine from 17 knocks it down.
Another good setup from Randolph. Gets into the paint, reverse pivots. That keeps the Oregon Duck on his back. Sets up an open shot for his teammate.
Here's Omorugi against Bryce Moraine.
Look how many eyes he has on him.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, that's what happens when you come out and you score 31 points your first game as a Duck, the most for a Duck debut. You're going to have a lot of eyes on you.
And how about Chris Duarte?
Duarte knows that Omorugi's going to have the eyes, so he'll be able to get some baskets himself, and even the ones that he creates off the defensive end.
You're watching Pac-12 Network, where champions play. Available on Xfinity.
Gene, my stomach's getting grumpy.
I know, hang on. This place has, quote, a strong croissant game and ample parking.
How many stars?
3.6.
Nope, next. I don't trust anything below 3.8.
Oh, this place has 4.2 stars and was on that food show with the Frosted Tips guy.
Oh, do they have a vegan option?
You're not vegan.
I'm vegan on the days that I don't eat meat.
Oh, there's a chain nearby.
A place with pictures on the menu? What are we, animals?
2020, it's been a wild one, and Twisted Tea is saluting everyone who gets wild with it. Like this guy. He built a catapult tea launcher to send his buddies some tea. And this guy, who gave his pooch the greatest day of his life. We love to see some good old-fashioned, turned up, raise the roof, dance your pants off, tea-fueled fun. You know, something like a pool on wheels. Awesome. Twisted Tea salutes you. Yes, you. For every stunt and shenanigan you're able to pull off to keep 2020 wild. Keep it safe, keep it together, keep it twisted.
Right now, you can get a free breakfast Baconator with any order in the Wendy's app, so you can shake up and wake up your breakfast. We're bringing that big bacon energy all day long, so you can always be baconating with a free breakfast Baconator.
Pac-12 men's basketball is presented by Pacific Premier Bank, the official bank of the Pac-12. The Ducks have the reigning Pac-12 Player of the Week, Eugene Omorugi. They lead a trail at 10-9 to Florida A&M. Omorugi, get this, only 3 major conference players in the last quarter century have gone for 30 and 10 in a team debut. Michael Beasley at K-State in 07, Cole Anthony for North Carolina last year, and Omorugi for the Ducks this year.
Well, those other 2 names have been NBA players. Michael Beasley's been a little in and out. Cole Anthony is now one. And Rich, I wouldn't be surprised to see Eugene there at some point. He reminds me a little bit of Eric Paschal, who plays for the Golden State Warriors.
Even looks like him a
Looks like him a little bit. Just plays with that tenacity, that junkyard dog mentality. Just looks upset all the time. Where it's like, well, what are you mad at right now? But it's just the attitude and energy he brings to the court. And he's highly skilled, strong, can post you. The way the NBA is going with a lot of the small ball lineups looking for the versatility, he's very appealing.
Reeves gets it to Spear, touch pass to Randolph, who takes it in, puts it up over Williams. That's what happens when you break that press. And they almost had Cameron Reeves trapped in the backcourt.
Yeah, and it's not just when you break the press, it's who breaks the press. And that time, Randolph is the ball handler, and he's really crafty. He's skilled around the basket. Again, he doesn't shoot jump shots, and he's used to facing defenses who know that. And so for a guy averaging 14.5 points, he's figured out how to still score despite being invited to shoot that shot.
Big Evans Desir is in the game at center for Florida A&M. He is 6'8", 300 pounds. There's Chandler Lawson with a big-time dunk.
Screen and roll.
Randolph gives it off to Desir, puts Lawson in the air, and Lawson just keeps his hands on the ball. That's a held ball. And it'll go the way of Florida A&M.
Look how big this pick and roll is. A lot of size right there, and that's something that Florida A&M knew they would have to deal with. Not just the size at the basket, but now out on the perimeter. Do you switch it? Do you hedge and get back? It's just tough to deal with that. Anytime you can force a big man as a primary defender to have to navigate screen and roll, that's a good thing, because they are not accustomed to doing that. They're accustomed to guarding the screener only.
There's a challenge. That's a great pass by Eric Williams. There's Randolph against Terry. DJ Jones. Littles. Duarte got a piece of it. Here comes Terry. He's got LJ Figueroa on his right, Williams on his left, and Randolph takes the charge. Third charge taken by the Rattlers in this game.
Wow, a lot of discipline. They use that quickness to beat you 2 spots. This is such an unselfish play to give up your body for the team. Kind of slides to the side.
Lamar, in this age, they have 4 players, starters, who are playing together for their 3rd consecutive year. That is really rare.
Yeah, it is. It is. College basketball starting to go that way now. A lot of these coaches, they're trying to get old and stay old.
Well, yeah, but with the transfer portal coming, you can transfer one time and play immediately. It might backslide the other way.
Buckle up.
Yeah. Some teams will have the opportunity to get a lot better quick, though. I think all in all, it's a positive. Here's Dante against Desir. Oh, jump hook by N'Faly Dante. Now, if he gets that part of his game going, if he gets some offense,
ooh, watch out.
We're looking at something.
Watch out, because he has the size.
We know he can rim protect. We know he can board. Jones able to get it to MJ Randolph. I can tell when they're in trouble. Wow. They start looking for the guy with the blonde dreads, don't they?
Yes, they do. He sets the table. He's the calming influence for them. There's a lot of contact on that last play. Randolph got slapped a couple times, and he swung an arm out, slapped Terry.
No blood, no foul?
Hey, the officials are letting it go on both sides. So you just ask for that consistency, and then you adapt. Yeah, I'm too. Hey, well, you say that because you're not the one over here getting slapped. Now, if you were Terry, you might have something else to say about all that.
Well, you got to admit, you're better with it as a broadcaster than you were as a player.
Oh, without question.
All right. Reeves against Lawson, puts it up over Lawson, and cans it. Cameron Reeves.
Came into this game 6 of 13 from the three-point line.
Here's Duarte. He likewise came in 6 of 13 from three-point range, and he drains it.
And the Ducks as a team, Rich, 38% from the three-point line. So they're going to give you that inside-outside attack.
Little misfires from three-point range. Here's Reeves. Yeah, with their size, their length. If the Ducks can hit from outside, look out. This year, Dante got a hand on it. Here come the Ducks. L.J. Figueroa, the St. John's transfer, playing in his third game. Got the waiver last week, played immediately against Seton Hall. Here's Terry, the freshman, tried to lob it to Dante, but some mistiming and a foul called against the Rattlers.
It was a good drive from Terry. Read the closeout. It was a hard closeout. Ran him off the three-point line, put the ball on the floor, couple dribbles, and gave a soft pass up to the top. Good look.
Ducks will have it out of bounds. Hardy getting it into Omoruyi. Second opportunity. A couple of extra passes into the corner. Let's go for Omoruyi.
Good ball movement, though, from Oregon.
Jalen Spear, the true freshman, look to the bench for the play, and Duarte reaches in and commits a foul. Ben Altman won't be happy about that one. Duarte points at himself, says, my bad.
They'll try to make up for it after the break with some more shots like that one. Sweet jumper.
Hey, yo, welcome to the new Chris Paul workout show. If you want to make it to the NBA, you got to have a killer crossover. TNCP crossover. Oh, Jake from State Farm.
Here's the deal. There's no replacing the real Chris Paul, just like there's no replacing State Farm.
Man, what happened? Who are you? I'm the new Chris Paul.
Man. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
It's time for Pac-12 women's basketball. We've got a dandy. Arizona State at Arizona. This ticket in Tucson is the hottest in town.
There are many ways to become champions. But in the Pac-12, we understand most victories are celebrated in silence. A simple pat on the back without the rain of confetti. A high five with a teammate, not screaming fans. In the classroom, at the library, another week of exams. This is the Pac-12, where leadership in academics and athletics launches success in life. It's what makes us the Conference of Champions.
We join you today from the Pacific Northwest in Seattle. The Oregon Ducks taking on the Washington Huskies.
When you're building a business, it's easy to find a bank who says all the right things. They'll say they have the products and services you need, and blah, blah, blah. They go on saying they'll blah, blah this and blah, blah that. But when it comes time to actually expanding your business, well, that's when you need Pacific Premier Bank. We're completely dedicated to supporting our clients' growth. And that's no blah, blah, blah. Pacific Premier Bank, where business meets opportunity.
Don't miss this. Coming up Sunday at 4 o'clock. It's a top 15 matchup. One of the best rivalries in college basketball. Oregon State women. Erin Boley, without Sabrina, without Ruthie, without Satu. It is Boley's team now, and looking to complete that unfinished business that they couldn't do last year with that great trio that has now moved on. And head coach Kelly Graves says that not being able to have a shot at that championship last year will leave a hole in his heart that he will have forever.
Well, I like the timing of that game, Rich. The Blazers play Sunday at 6 p.m., so that game should be ending right before that game starts, so I get a chance to see that, because it doesn't matter who's on the floor for those two programs. It's a good game. What those coaches have done with those programs over the years is amazing.
Indeed it is. Pittsburgh, along with Lamar Hurd, and who, in case you don't know, you probably do, is also the TV analyst for the Blazers. That foul is against Eugene Omoruyi, his first. Fifth team foul on the Ducks. Bryce Moraine checks back in for Florida A&M. Florida A&M out of the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. Robert McCullum, their head coach. He's gotten their conference record better each year, 7-9, 9-7, 10-6. And it's going to be a foul against Cameron Reeves.
Saying offensive foul on the exchange. Oregon now applying that pressure. The same pressure that got Florida A&M 2 offensive fouls. Oregon's giving them a piece of that.
Omoruyi posting up against Moraine, finds Dante for the jam.
Well, if you double up the lane, there's no help for that.
You look for the big guy.
Yeah, there's no help. There's nowhere for somebody to come on a rotation, so that's an automatic 2.
Three-pointer for Johnny Brown. That's his second three-pointer this year in 5 attempts.
Quick strike.
A&M hanging around within 3. Hardy against Spear. Here's Omoruyi again, posting up against Moraine. Turnaround, got it. Nice shot from 10 for Eugene Omoruyi.
He's got all that. Back to the basket, can face up, can operate within 10 feet, back it out to 20. Multifaceted game.
Spear open for 3. Rebound volleyball by Dante to LJ Figueroa. The St. John's transfer to the trailer Duarte. Back to Figueroa. Duarte straight on. Nails it. Second 3 of the game.
Beautiful basketball from those two. The shot fakes, they sold them. So they were able to drive and draw the help. That's a great 2-man game.
A&M just now able to get into their offense underneath, put up an end by Brown.
They're taking their time. They are assessing the press, finding the gaps in it. They always have a middle outlet option.
Already almost had his pocket picked by Randolph. The advantage with Randolph behind him and some help, not enough help for Omoruyi, and he slams it home.
But when a team is defending you as aggressively as Florida A&M is defending the Ducks, there's going to be an option for penetration, whether it's off the dribble or off the pass. And that time the Ducks beat it off the pass. This was the unselfish basketball, the 2-man game. Look at the pump fakes to really sell the shot. It starts off with Figueroa in transition, pitching that ball back. Unselfish play. That's one of the things when we were talking in the open about the 8 newcomers on this roster for Oregon. And the fact that Dana Altman and his staff, they're as good as anybody in the country at getting guys to buy in, play team basketball, sacrifice for the greater good, and you saw it on that possession.
We can't go to shoot-arounds this year because of COVID, but you and I have been to enough Duck shoot-arounds. You know what Dana always says, over and over, like a mantra. Make plays for your teammates.
That's
Make
it.
plays for your teammates.
That's it.
Along with, of course, bend your knees.
Where are the shirts? They don't have the bend your knee shirts on this year.
Traveling violation called against DJ Jones. That's the 7th turnover on Florida A&M.
Well, there's a lot of coaches around the country saying make plays for your teammates. But communication, you know, it's not just the talking aspect of it. It's can I get you to believe that that's actually going to be the best thing for you and your team? And Coach Altman and his staff, they found a way to consistently do that, to get his team to truly believe.
And they always get better as the season goes along.
Yep.
Omoruyi floater. Rebound pulled down by DJ Jones. Jones' brother Damian in the NBA the last 4 seasons. Most of his playing time with Atlanta last year. Follow-away doesn't go for Reeves. And Williams has it ahead to Omoruyi. Omoruyi tried to dish it off after fumbling it. Well, hooked by Figueroa, doesn't go. Out of bounds back to the Ducks with 19 on the timer.
It's like Oregon, the size is starting to wear on Florida A&M a little bit. Gobbling up a few extra offensive rebounds here and there. Now they're first to the basketball.
Here's Dante against Jones. Nice move by Dante.
Yeah, the defender did not take the middle away, and now turnover, stepping over the baseline is going to give the ball back to Oregon. But on that post-up for Dante, Rich, he's dribbling to the middle. He's waiting for the defender to cut him off. defender tries to step up on him. Doesn't work. Nice pass off the double team. These bigs are looking good together.
Brought to you by T-Mobile. Stay connected with America's largest 5G network.
At T-Mobile, we believe you should get more. That's why we merged with Sprint. Now, it's about to get even better. And as we work to integrate Sprint's network, our nationwide 5G keeps getting stronger, with the capacity and coverage to reach more people and places across the country. Who says you can't have it all? Now is the time for 5G. Now is the time to join T-Mobile.
With Redbox, you don't just get new movies fresh from the theater for under $2 a night. You can also use the money you save to hire your own hype man.
We should have our highest sales quarter on record.
Highest sales ever! Ow! That's 24 karat Derek, y'all!
Redbox. Spend less on movies and more on life.
Derek getting those good BMs thanks to that fiber!
Dude, seriously.
On a Superstitious Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Where are they? Where are they?
Honey, come on. I got the Dr. Pepper. We're gonna be late for the game.
Looking for my lucky pants. Have you seen them?
There was a problem at the cleaners. They shrunk your lucky pants.
My pants?
Next time on Fansville.
They still fit.
Oh.
Dad.
Look, fit like a glove.
You don't wear gloves as pants.
Hey, Sheriff. How you doing?
Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville.
It's a great time to be a Duck, isn't it? What's happened with this athletic program the last few years? How about Sabrina Ionescu? The Ducks last year had two players who were National Point Guards of the Year. Ionescu ended up being drafted #1 overall by the New York Liberty, had 33 points in her second career game in the WNBA. Peyton Pritchard, meanwhile, likewise National Point Guard of the Year, and drafted 26th overall by the Celtics.
Hey, they've been dominating the point guard spot, not only in the conference, but around the country. Good for both of them.
In each case, the Pac-12 Player of the Year last year.
Yes. You know, I saw Peyton Pritchard for the first time when he was in the 5th grade, playing for his father's basketball program, fast basketball.
Were you duly impressed?
So here's what happened. He was dribbling down the court as a 5th grader, and from half court through a left-hand bounce pass, one bounce, turned into an assist for a layup for one of his teammates. Anthony Mathis was playing with him as well. I'm not sure if it was Anthony that scored the basket, but it was the pass. And as you see, Figueroa will get the 2 and 1. And Rich, after he threw that pass, I picked up the phone, called Craig Robinson, who was at Oregon State, and said, Craig, I know this is going to sound crazy. There's this 5th grader that just threw, I'm putting it out there. Craig can confirm this story. There's a 5th grader that you just got to keep an eye on. I'm not going to act like I knew that Peyton was going to be Pac-12 Player of the Year and be a first-round draft pick. I didn't know that. But he's always defied the odds. Even when that program, fast basketball, starting to really get on the national scene, it was from Peyton going and playing against some of the best players in the country, and everybody thinking, you know, who's this little kid out of Oregon of all places? And he would make his name. And then after a while, you stop doubting him. And so as he goes into the NBA, I'm not doubting any part of him. I think he's going to be successful.
Second opportunity doesn't go for Bryce Moraine. Here come the Ducks. Leading it by 12 over Florida A&M. Well, you got to hand it to Peyton Pritchard what he did between his junior and senior seasons. He completely changed everything, including the way he eats. Omaruyi's shot doesn't go, and the rebound Moraine.
Well, what did he do with that? I'm not familiar with the diet. Dietary change.
We talked to him at a shoot-around last year, and he said the way he slept, the way he ate, he changed it because he wanted to be better when the season got here. I don't know the specifics of what he did, but he said that he changed everything. He wasn't satisfied.
Oh, okay. He's a hard worker, man. I saw for years, you know, his parents, Melissa and Terry, they would take a lot of flack from some of the other parents on the team. Peyton's getting all the preferential treatment and because he's the coach's son. Nah, he was just the best player. Yeah, that's what it came down to.
Yeah. Taken away almost by Spear. Freshman Terry against the freshman Spear.
And by the way, to end it, he was also coached the hardest. As hard as anyone else.
Oh, really?
Yes. He was not given any special treatment.
You get two kinds of coach dads. One is too soft on their kid, and one's really hard on them.
Hey, Terry was not there for the games. He helped get his son ready.
Ducks putting on the pressure again with 6.5 remaining here in the first half, leading it by 12. Jai putting it up and drains the three. We heard about him, Jai Clark, the junior from Orlando. Very much a sharpshooter.
Yeah, well, he's had seasons in the past where he made 133s.
133 pointers his freshman year in JC.
Over 40%, and then another year where he was in the 80s in terms of makes, and he was over 40% then too.
There he is, Jai Clark. Here's Omoruyi. Backing down Jones. Omoruyi, wouldn't get the roll, but the offensive rebound by Lawson. Figueroa, second opportunity doesn't go. Here's Eric Williams. Three chances.
Yeah, they're pounding him on the glass.
Clark defended by Terry. Now Randolph picked up by Terry. And out of bounds to the Ducks.
It's a nice job from Terry. Because whenever teams go to that dribble weave, the handoffs at the top of the key, and you continue switching, he's the one having to play all the defense. He's having to play east-west defense for the majority of that possession, and then drive or defend the north-south drive toward the basket. That can be fatiguing, but he did his job. Sat down in his stance, helped force a turnover.
He reminds some of former Ducks point guard named Aaron Brooks, who you squared off against.
Yes. Super quick, lightning quick.
Knicks recently added Brooks to their coaching staff. Williams fake, and then puts it up from 10 feet and gets the bucket.
That's just solid basketball. You're going against a zone. He flashes to the middle, on the catch, faces the basket, sees what the defense is doing. If they come up, he's going high-low. He also had an option to go to his right, but the shot was the most wide-open thing.
Evans Desir with a bucket, his first two. So we've seen Williams, we know Omoruyi. Now these two guys had to sit out last year because of NCAA transfer rules, but there are people with the Ducks who will tell you those were two of the best players in the gym last year at practice. There's Terry. Williams, another offensive board, and the jab.
Williams doing a little bit of everything right now.
And that's not easy, Lamar. I know you didn't have to do it, but to have to sit out a year and all you do is practice, kudos to Williams and Omoruyi.
Yeah. Well, if you're a true student of the game, you can really maximize that year. You see the jump shot there from about 15 feet.
Bryce Moraine.
But a year to sit and learn from this staff and the players that were a part of the team.
If you got your head on right,
that's right. That's it.
Yeah. And they clearly did. A lob to Dante from Chandler Lawson.
More of that front line exchange. We've seen it from Amuri, and then you've seen Dante being a force in the paint. Lawson putting it on the floor. Soft lobs.
Evans Desir. Sweet stroke from the guy who's 6'8", 300 pounds.
Hey, watch out now. Desir got that game that lasts for like 30 years. He won't be in a YMCA in 30 years still giving you the same kind of work. He's not relying on trying to out-jump you. Moves really well, too.
Yeah, he does. Terry going up, trying to show his moves, and Dante tips it back up and in.
Ooh, Desir went up, Terry went up. Some athleticism at the rim.
Randolph drives against Williams. Shot blocked by Williams, put back up and in by Desir, Evans Desir.
Yeah, that could have been an M1 too. Good concentration from him. A&M back to the man-to-man defense after Oregon was eating them up in the zone.
Dante's pass taken away by Moraine. Here comes Reeves, puts it up for three. No numbers, but it's off at Dante's shoulder. Second opportunity. MJ Randolph against Dawson puts Dante in the air. Reverse layup doesn't go. No call. I think Randolph wanted the foul. Williams for three. Didn't draw iron. Duarte came down with it. That was a little Wittenberg to Charles right there. They didn't expect it not to hit the rim.
Yeah, both teams a little fatigued right now.
2:02 to go in the first half. How about the hustle play by that guy, Eric Williams?
Yeah, that's why he's tired, because he's been running all over the floor.
Ducks lead by 13. 2 minutes to go in the half.
Yo, Dad, come play some ball. You're not my dad.
I'm not your dad, because I'm your dad's son. If I wasn't your dad, would I be able to do this?
What are you doing?
I'm doing this. Make a swish. Uh-oh. Jake from State Farm.
Here's the deal. There's no replacing the real Chris Paul.
Not my car.
Just like there's no replacing State Farm.
Come on, man. Stop trying to be me.
If you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Good evening from Westwood, and welcome to Pac-12 basketball.
Nice little push there at the end.
Jaime Jaquez keeps it alive for UCLA.
Wow.
Welcome inside our Pac-12 Network studios. It is Pac-12 After Dark. We've got a new show, a new set.
You seem to be having a blast.
Touchdown! We got an hour of jam-packed fun coming your way.
Diversity to me means more than just people from different races, but a diversity in backgrounds, experiences, perspectives, thoughts, and ideas.
Being in the Pac-12 has taught me that diversity is our strength and unity is our goal.
Not only do we need to recruit a diverse group of people, but we need to create an equitable and supportive environment for these individuals.
We can use our platform as athletes all across the Pac-12 to really stand up for what's right and speak out against injustice whenever we see or hear it.
Anthony Joshua versus Kubrat Pulev. December 12th, live on DAZN. Download the DAZN app now.
Anybody at school that makes you melt like this queso burger? I think it starts with the, right?
Stop! You're so mean! Sonic Queso Burger.
How about the play so far of Chris Duarte, the senior from Puerto Plata in the Dominican?
I like it, Rich. It started on the defensive end early in the game. That's a steal he got, led to the two, and is taking the opportunistic shots. He hasn't forced the issue on anything. He's letting his teammates create for him. That right there was the end of some two-man game, unselfish play.
And Lamar, last year the Ducks had slipped to a projected number 4 seed before the NCAA tournament was canceled. But Duarte, wiping himself off right there with a towel, Duarte was expected to come back from the finger injury. With him and with Pritchard, they could have gone a long way.
Yeah, what if?
The Pac-12 would have 6, maybe even 7 teams in last year. What a shame.
You try to recreate the magic.
Yep,
good
Terry
defense.
takes it away after the pass by Jones. Here's Omoruyi.
Yeah, it looked to me like Dana Altman in that huddle was really talking about this last 2 minutes of the half, getting some separation. Look at this, that's a charge. Oh!
Blocking foul called against Terry.
Oh, I thought Terry was set. Looked
he thought
close.
he was too.
Well, looks like he gave the offensive player a chance to catch and change direction.
Ooh, he took one in the chin too.
Yeah,
it
he
looked
did.
Like.
Well,
I'm impressed though with Terry and his defensive ability. How many freshmen come in and do that?
Yeah, not a lot. And that's how you got to get minutes a lot of times, especially on a team like this with this kind of depth. Look at that deflection. Took what could have been a charge, and before that, he got the steal coming out of the break.
8 to shoot. Cameron Reeves drives on Omoruyi. Deep in the woods and got it back outside, and it won't go for Jalen Spear. And a foul called against the Ducks.
Number 15, Luke Ward, his first 7th.
That's against Luke Ward. Luke Ward, the redshirt freshman from Omaha, playing in his second game after redshirting last year.
It's on Luke, but Coach Stubblefield on Oregon's bench, he's talking to Terry, because Terry, after we just praised him for all the defensive awareness he's shown, lost sight of his man because he got caught ball watching in the paint, which is totally normal. When that ball gets into the paint, that's red alert, that's danger zone. Eyes start to go there, but the man he was guarding relocated and got the shot and forced Terry's teammate to have to come help.
You got to know where the ball is and where your man is.
At all times. Not easy. Not easy, especially after he's been applying all that pressure. He's in attack mode defensively, and his man beat him on that.
Here's Luke Ward. Try to dish it off to Duarte. Out of bounds to Florida A&M. The Ducks turn it over for the 5th time.
5 turnovers is not bad, considering the pace of this game and how aggressive Florida A&M has been willing to be defensively.
Couple of freshman point guards right here. Spear for Florida A&M. Terry for the Ducks. Jameer Williams, reverse layup doesn't go. Rebound Figueroa. Terry, lob to Omoruyi. Reverse lay it up and in. Didn't get the highlight reel play they wanted, but they got the bucket.
That's okay. Terry got the assist. As the point guard, you just want your assist out of that.
And there's a bucket for Johnny Brown.
Uh-oh.
And another bucket. And so 4 in a row as the Ducks turn it over for the 6th time in the game.
Now they should hold for the final shot.
Duarte puts it up from near Damian Lillard range. And that'll be it. 47-35, the Ducks lead at halftime, and Lamar, they ended up forcing 11 turnovers.
They got really aggressive, really upped the defensive pressure and energy, and got a gap in that lead.
Pac-12 halftime report coming up, and the After Dark team will look at who has the best helmets in Pac-12 football. Ducks lead it by 12. Halftime coming up.
Why is no one following us?
Maybe we're van lifing wrong.
We have no followers. It's the whole reason we came out here.
I thought it was to have an adventure and reconnect on a spiritual and emotional level.
That stuff too, but it's also to get followers.
Well, good to know.
I want to be an influencer, Gene. Brands will pay us to post.
I'm not sure I want to sell out like that.
I might.
Before they're champions, they tell the world a message. They do not back down. They do not give up. They come here to make a statement and then do just that. You may know them as victors, comebacks, or flashbacks. But no matter what label they carry, Pac-12 champions communicate greatness. That's why Nextiva is proudly connecting champions as the official communications partner of the Pac-12.
Wendy's Baconator is the ultimate bacon cheeseburger that's got all other cheeseburgers feeling like... And now we're bringing that same big bacon energy to shake up and wake up your breakfast with the Breakfast Baconator. Built for the morning with sausage, egg, cheese, and 6 strips of crispy oven-baked bacon. The Baconator and Breakfast Baconator bring that bacon hype all day long like nobody else can. So get to Wendy's and always be baconating. We got you.
2020's been a wild one, and Twisted Tea is saluting everyone who gets wild with it.
Like this guy. He built a catapult tea launcher to send his buddies some tea. And this guy, who gave his pooch the greatest day of his life. We love to see some good old-fashioned turned up, raise the roof, dance your pants off, tea-fueled fun. You know, something like a pool on wheels. Awesome. Twisted Tea salutes you. Yes, you. For every stunt and shenanigan you're able to pull off to keep 2020 wild. Keep it safe, keep it together, keep it twisted.
All right, welcome back. This is the second installment of Pac-12 After Dark, I think is what we're calling it. Maybe last call. I don't know. We're loopy this time of night. Nigel Burton, Yogi Roth, Ashley Adamson with you. We've debated best uniforms. Now we're debating best helmet. And Nigel, I'm going to give you the floor first. Who you got?
Look, anytime you get somebody to hand paint each and every uniform so that no two are alike, I got to give it to the University of Utah. Those guys, I mean, they got the red-tailed hawk uniform. Are you kidding me? That thing was like a work of art, Yog. And then they came back with like the silver lids from 1966, the throwbacks, got the little rivets in the side. It's about details, Yog. Details. And I got to give it to you.
I'm with you. I remember being there for that game, and it was awesome when you saw those uniforms and how they played out. But, you know, I like a good story. I'm going to take it back to 1975 right now.
Take us back.
Arizona State.
Well,
you know what happened
alive back then? How you going to take us back? You weren't even alive.
Undefeated season led by Frank Kush. If you ever been to Camp Kush, you know what I'm talking about, the legacy of him. I love that story. The uniform is amazing, the helmet, all the detail. I love the story, and that's why I wanted to go with them, but I can't.
Oh.
I got to go to the Trojans, Ash. I got to go old school. Old school, fight on, Cardinal gold. I just like the consistency forever. It's been USC, so that's what I'm going to go with. Great stories for both of them, but I went with the longevity of the Trojans for my final choice.
I will say the ASU throwback against UCLA, that helmet is a beauty. They won the WAC that year in 1975.
Who would have thought?
I mean, come on. Yeah, who would have thought?
We weren't born.
All right, it's for me. Do I get a vote here?
Yeah, oh, please.
Don't point over here. I wasn't born either, man.
All right, if we're talking uniforms and helmets, we got to go with the program that revolutionized the game. I was an English major way back in the day. I was not born in 1975, by the way. Oregon. And you say, okay, which one? They make them all look good. But to me, my favorite, how about just the clean green helmet with the yellow O? Powerful, beautiful, classic. Nigel's giving me the,
Look,
I see a little.
Yeah.
I feel you there.
I see Joey Harrington's ugly face too much at the workout.
Yeah.
You know, he's doing his sit-ups and all that stuff. I see too much of it at my house. You know, and all the. So you know.
It's just because you're a former dog. That's
listen,
the problem.
I got to give a shout out because tell me this isn't super clean, all polished up when all the gold comes running out of the tunnel with the purple smoke. You kidding me?
Wasn't your helmet purple?
Would you put it on?
Yeah, let's not.
Put it on. See if it fits. See if it fits over that dome.
You know, just shout out to my guy, Lincoln
segment.
Kennedy.
We got to wrap up this segment.
We try not to talk about the purple helmet, so we're just going to keep this
okay,
right here.
Go ahead and put it on. I'm not going to wrap this segment until you put it on.
It's too special.
Our producer's telling me to wrap, but I'm just going to. We'll see if Nigel wants
Thanks
to play
for joining us After Dark with Nigel and Yogi.
Oh,
see you next time.
Got to kick him out of the bar at the end of the night.
Go on, humans. Put yourselves through all that pain. While surrounding those foot knives, watch your blue light lanterns. Blast those eardrum bangers. Look at this one. He's trying to pick up the mail. Ha! Silly humans. Who do you think you are? Pain will bring you to your senses. You cannot keep this up. Pain says you can't. Advil says you can.
Hey, yo, welcome to the new Chris Paul workout show. If you want to make it to the NBA, you got to have a killer crossover. TNCP crossover. Oh, Jake from State Farm.
Here's the deal. There's no replacing the real Chris Paul, just like there's no replacing State Farm.
Man, what happened? Who are you? I'm the new Chris Paul.
Man. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm a Verizon engineer, part of the team that built 5G right. We started with America's most reliable network,
added 5G nationwide for millions of Americans, and the unprecedented performance of ultra-wideband in more and more places where people need massive capacity and ultra-low lag. I'm proud ultra-wideband was named the fastest 5G in the world, but I'm even more proud all that work is going to make a real difference for you. This is the 5G America's been waiting for, only from Verizon.
At Oregon, we don't become enlightened by escaping the world. We get our hands dirty. We chase mysteries and dig up answers. We create for the sake of creating and make small choices that lead to big change. There's a time to run and a time to take a stand. Given the choice between what's right and what's easy, we choose the world. We choose each other. The University of Oregon.
Ashley Adamson back with you in our Pac-12 Network studios. A reminder, you can see an all-new edition of Pac-12 After Dark Saturday night after the last Pac-12 football game. It is always a good time, and it is going to be a great time this Saturday. Plenty to talk about as the division races wrap up. We'll find out who's going to play in the Pac-12 championship game, so join us. Always a few surprise guests stopping by as well. Saturday night, Pac-12 After Dark. We hope to see you then. All right, more hoops action just moments away. We'll get you back for the start of the second half after this quick timeout. Enjoy the rest of your game.
This holiday at T-Mobile, it's not about how far apart we are. It's about how close we can be. So we're bringing out our best deal on the new iPhone 12 with 5G on every plan. Right now, get the iPhone 12 on us on every single plan. Switch now and save 20% on your bill versus the other guys. That's the best value in wireless. That's right, the iPhone 12 on us on America's largest 5G network. And save 20% per month. It's time to holiday on. It's time for T-Mobile.
When you're building a business, it's easy to find a bank who says all the right things. They'll say they have the products and services you need, and blah, blah, blah. They go on and on saying they'll blah, blah this and blah, blah that. But when it comes time to actually expanding your business, well, that's when you need Pacific Premier Bank. We're completely dedicated to supporting our clients' growth. And that's no blah, blah, blah. Pacific Premier Bank, where business meets opportunity.
Welcome to Seattle, Washington. It's the rivalry series. The Washington State Cougs in Seattle to take on the Washington Huskies.
Join you today from the Pacific Northwest in Seattle. The Oregon Ducks taking on the Washington Huskies.
With Redbox, you don't just get new movies fresh from the theater for under $2 a night. You can also use the money you save to hire your own hype man.
We should have our highest sales quarter on record.
Highest sales ever! That's 24 karat Derek, y'all.
Redbox. Spend less on movies and more on life.
Derek getting those good BMs thanks to that Bobby.
Dude, seriously.
Back here at Matthew Knight Arena on our Pac-12 halftime report. The Oregon Ducks in their second home game this year, looking to improve to 3-1 in their final pre-conference game before they open up at Washington. Yeah, Pac-12 getting started early this year. And, they'll be at Washington this weekend. That'll be on Saturday at 5 o'clock. The first half, Mfali Dante, the sophomore from the Republic of Mali, had 14 points and 3 boards for the Ducks.
He knew coming into this game he's going to have an advantage, an outright size advantage. He does on most nights anyway, Rich, but especially going